he told us that InterAction is so passionate about achieving SDGs with the UN, and he is such a huge advocate for UN's and kinds of promotions and stuff that's happening in the UN. So I'm sure you all know that gender equality is listed by the UN as SDG 5. But this globalized economy has dug deep trenches of inequality between men and women. So our next speaker, Helen, she'll tell us about Taiwan's improvement or Taiwan's endeavors in promoting women's economic empowerment. So just a quick fact, did you know that over 2.7 million women around the world are legally restricted from having the same social jobs as men? And even if those women do get a job, they are still paid 23% less than men and have less social protections like pensions, maternity protections, or unemployment benefits. And Helen, her foundation, they collaborated in 2011 with Typhoon-affected communities to establish a program, and this program has become a sustainable brand that can bring both social care and economic benefit. So please welcome Helen, researcher from Taiwan, from the Foundation for Women's Rights Promotion and Development.
Yes, my foundation have a long name. Yes,
Okay, thank you, Cindy. And hello, everyone. I'm Helen from the Foundation for Women's Rights Promotion and Development. And Cindy just provides some statistics about sad things because women are restricted to access the economic and job opportunities. So here are some happy status I would like to share. And in Taiwan, as you may know, following the UN GII, Gender Inequality Index, Taiwan is performing very well. We are number 1 in Asia and the number 9 in all over the world. So gender equality is basically a very nice achievement in Taiwan. And also, you know that we just passed the same-sex marriage, and we are the first one in Asia. So as the foundation, as the presenter of the foundation, I think maybe if you're interested, we can discuss more about the gender equality in Taiwan. And so I basically have a quick intro of my foundation. And my foundation is established in 1997 and is a government NPO. So our mission and vision just to promote the gender equality and women's empowerment in Taiwan. So basically we work very closely with the public sectors and private sectors. And we are like a resource and information platform to link the people who need this resource and information to those who have the resource and information. And we also run Taiwan Women's Center. It's a public center to open to all the citizens. And in this center, we serve like a window to exchanging the women's rights information with domestic and foreign women's organizations. And there is also an exhibiting area in our center, and it demonstrates all the women's status and the achievement in Taiwan. So if you're coming Anthony's event in November, you can just come by to our center, and I can provide a center tour for you. It's free. Yes, and there are a lot of programs my foundation is running, and this 4 is I would like to introduce. Actually, I will basically I will focus on the last one, but since we have a small group, you are free to ask any topics if you are interested about. The first one is women in agriculture, and because of the traditional culture, the agriculture industry is the most leg of the gender awareness in our society. So we launched this Women in Agriculture program, and we invite the women and their family, especially the husbands, into our workshop and the training process to have more to wake their gender awareness. And so by doing so, we make redefine the face of the women in agriculture, and they are now more economic independent independence and maybe can share the domestic work with their families. And the second program is the Immigrant Business Accelerator. In Taiwan, right now, we have about 540,000 immigrants in Taiwan, and more than 90% are females. So we have this program, and we invite the female immigrants who is running a small business, micro business, to join our program. And by our participants, they can free access to the business consulting and the entrepreneurship courses, and sometimes small prices to expand their business. And in this program, these immigrants, they are not just have the access, have the opportunity to run their business, but also they can join the local peer support system networking in Taiwan, and which is very important to rebuild their confidence and good to their mental health, because they find a company in Taiwan, not with their mother in their mother language, or with their own company that come from the same countries. So the third one is a sustainable entrepreneurship program for youth, and this one I would like to highlight because it's also echo the UN SDGs. The UN Women just published a report called Turning Promises into Actions. And so we encourage the youth to provide their innovative idea to solve the social issues, maybe in Taiwan or in other countries, okay, but under the SDG and to solve the social issues. And we put the gender perspective into their actions. So we try to make every single goal have the gender perspective inside, and not just goal 5 only. So the last one is the one I try to have more discussion today, Women-Owned Handicraft Workshop Network. It's also called TIWS. I want to highlight this one because it is a women's economic empowerment program, and it's okay. And the participants, they just it's like economic resilience from the natural disasters, and it is because most of our workshop owners, they just suffered a typhoon in 2008, and they lost their families, lost their home, lost their assets and their incomes. So basically, the typhoon hit Taiwan and caused a lot of damage, and the 70% of the damage that caused happens in the mountains and rural area, and which makes the indigenous people affected the most. And so they are forced to leave their village and to have a better earning. But most of them chose to stay because they love to stay with their village, their community, and the family. And in particular, the middle-aged women, they choose to stay and turn down the economic opportunity that may separate them from their family. So we are thinking that how can we work together to bring their life back on track? And here comes the TIWS. And these indigenous people, they have run a handicraft workshop before the typhoon, but lost it after the typhoon. So we try to work together and rebuild it and bring it back. And at the very beginning, we have some challenges to discussion with the workshop owners. It's because the government, they already had a budget support to handicraft workshop. But once their support withdraw or ended, and the workshop failed in a very short time. So when we come to contact with the workshop owners, and they can see the difference. So it takes a lot of time to build the trust and communication with them to convince them to join our network. And that was the first challenge. And the second is more like a cultural clash, because the indigenous artists, their priority is their families and the communities. So that's why they stay in the village. But for the business, the product management, cost efficiency is less priority for them. So we took some time to find a comprehensive solution and to make them to have a better time management on both community and also the business. So fortunately, we have met a lot of good partners with us, and now so we can make this TIWS the win-win system, so that these people can stay in the village and also have a better earning at the same time. So I'll make it quickly because it's just a three phase and communication, branding, and sustainability. And I will go to the impact directly because I think as an NGO we are frequently to be asked, so what's your impact, your progress impact? And we do the social impact report last year to review our output and outcomes and impact to the workshops. So far, we have 21 workshops around Taiwan, and 12 of them becomes a co-working space in their community, and have 22 sales spots. But actually, we reach only like 200 indigenous people in the last few years. It's not really a big numbers, but we think if each woman they represents as one family, then impact will be huge because one people in there is a family behind. And in last 2 years, we create 59 jobs opportunity, and each workers they can extra earn $300 per month, and which is 30% plus before the typhoon. And also we have carbon reduce, and in this social impact, just like Cindy said, that we believe if we invest in women, then not just herself, but the family and the community are positive impact. The last slide I would like to share is the lesson learned from the program, because we can have different issues, but some lesson learned can be in general and put it to the next program. The first one is bigger is not always better, because we need a lot of time to build the trust, the relation, and communication. So at the very beginning, we are frequently to be asked about the scope, but it can be a big scope if you need to take time to do the discussion. So we just left that, we just put the number behind, and we have a solid but small group. And we think it's better to build the trust and become the communication, let the communication become the fundamental for the program. And the second is a brand rather than a program. This TIWS is beginning as a program to assist the people who lost their workshop. But after that, we build like an umbrella collective brand, and each workshops have their independence, but they work like a network and support each other. It's more like a peer support network. So we believe the brand will be more sustainable than the program. Just like I said, if we withdraw the money, sometimes they just fail. But it's a brand, then they will have the sustainability. And the last thing is always think about balance and sustainability. We have the program is established in 2011, and we review our goals and our resource every 2 or 3 years to make our goals more clearly and to have right partners, have right resource. So I think the balance and the sustainability is really helpful when we're running a program or a brand. And that's my sharing today. And you're free to ask if you're interested about any part of it. Thank you.